And I will say good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to our first team hangout of 2020. Can you believe it? New decade, new year. Look at all of us just on fuego. So I'm going to start off just with some things that are happening to be aware of this week. So we do have the free mindset reset group that is starting tomorrow. I have all of the posts done and scheduled. That is what I did on my Saturday night. It was riveting last night. I was actually at my parents' and my dad was like, "Do you just sit on your computer all the time?" And I'm like, "Pretty much." Anyway, he was laughing and I was like, "I love it though, Dad." So that starts tomorrow. I will have an introduction post go up today for everyone in the group. I'm hoping they do it. And also an assignment today where everyone, I want them to do a brain dump of goals and visions for the year and things like that. Because then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're getting 2 posts a day plus a check-in on 10 things to do to help with mindset. And then Saturday, they're going to work on their vision and writing stuff in the right language. And Sunday, everyone's going to share their actual vision board. So, or vision, goals sheet, whatever they wrote out. So that's up for this week. I am also really focusing on pre-scheduling and having some really narrowed in focus for our challenge group in the challenge tracker app. So I have this week all posted as well, all scheduled and ready to go. Success Club Tracker, I do really want everyone this year to start bringing this. Now, if you are someone who likes to use technology, there are 2 things that you can do. If you have an iPhone, there is an app that is called the SCBAT, and it's turquoise and it's beautiful, but it's only available on iPhone from what I know right now. If you are an Android user or you have a different type of phone, what you could do is you could actually use the app Wunderlist, not Wanderlist, Wunderlist. It's WUNDERLIST. And you can actually create your own list of to-dos every day that it just repeats itself every day. And you check it off as you do it. And then the next day it resets. So it's a pretty cool app. I have used it. I just find I get lost on my phone, so I do everything with paper and pen. So I wanted to show you guys, I didn't highlight, but I had 92% last week for my tracker. So what I suggest everyone do, this is not about being perfect. This is about aiming for 85%, okay? And that's all based on I can't remember if it's the 10X rule or the 12-week year. But I think it's 12-week year, and you want to aim for 85%. We're not, and as women, we tend to try to be perfectionists, and then we give ourselves anxiety, and then all of that. So this is never about being perfect. This is about looking at your week and being like, okay, the things that I always struggle with are recognition, and what's the other one that it's recognition and sometimes inviting. But those tend to be the ones that I miss the most. So this really helps me because if I see 2 or 3 days in a row and I haven't done it, I'm like, oh shit, the next day I better get it done, right? So every column, there's 17 boxes. So I add up what I get each day, add it all together, divide by 119 times by 100 and get my score. And I really want this to be a focus this year because these are weekly accountability meetings. What is your goal? So if you are a brand new coach and you've just done your first one, and you scored 42%. Your goal for the week is maybe to get to up to 50. It's not to get to 85, right? Because it's building that momentum. It's building the things, and the things become faster. Because as a brand new coach, initiating connections and adding followers is taking a brand new coach. It says 15 or 20 minutes on here. It's taking you 20 minutes and you might only get 5. Whereas for me, initiate connections and add followers I'm going to do 20 minutes and it's going to be 100 people that I add in that 20 minutes, right? So because it's faster now. So that's why it's never about being perfect. It is always about growth. So I would really next week, I'm not going to ask you for them this week, for everyone to have their weekly accountability meetings. In terms of coach info session, there is a team-wide one happening on the 13th. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday the 13th. We have like our own little chat for like Sarah, Christina, Marlene, Floss, and myself, where we chat about like plans. And one of the things that has come up is the team info sessions every month, because like I have zero success with ads right now. So I'm not gonna, there's no way I'm gonna put a post up on Instagram for an ad, because it just feels like Facebook is taking my money, and nothing is happening with it. So so having a big info session like that isn't, maybe it's not a possibility anymore, in that sense. So we're just gonna see how this month goes and then kind of revisit it and all of that. So the group is already made, and I will post the link to the group, and you guys are more than welcome to invite people to that info session. So that is on the 13th. And other than that, I think those are all my oh no, I wanted to share one more thing. So for those of you who don't know my system, it took me a long time to create this or figure this out. I went through many trial and errors, photocopies, creating my own planners, blah, blah, blah. And now all I do is I have a book, right? So I just got this at Chapters or Indigo. It says, be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. I take my paper every single day. I fold it in half. My left side is my schedule for the day, kind of in like the order of when it would happen in the day. When I actually have something at a certain time, I write like that time beside it. My right side is my 12 affirmations, some other affirmations that I work on, and things that I'm grateful for. I do it every single day, because you can't be in fear if you're living from a place of gratitude. You can't be in anxiety if you're in gratitude. Your brain can't be in both places. So making sure that I write gratitude every single day. But what I did yesterday that I've added to it is a weekly plan. So I'm going to have, these are my 3 people I'm going to help get started this week. And I was going to say that I got 92% and I am already at Success Club 6, and it's only the 5th of the month. So it does work to use the tracker for sure. So those are the 3 people this week I'm going to focus on. I'm going to plan some conversations with coaches. And then I wrote out like the mindset group. This is my plan for the week. And then our challenge group. So I'm going to have more of a weekly focus too, for expectations for me to hold myself accountable. And with that, I was going to show you. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, I was going to show you that I have 88 emails today. I'll do at least 88 emails today. Share. So, because my life now goes back to crazy normal, which is pretty standard as a single mom of 3 kids, I now have gone back to the schedule is set for this week. So I have some time tomorrow for chats. I have Tuesday morning, then I have Thursday morning, and then I have Sunday after the hangout, and then the following week is up as well. Normally I would have some time on Saturdays, but next Saturday there will not be a team workout, because we have Super Saturday next weekend that everyone should be going to. You can look it up. I put it in the weekly email last week, the link to the FAQ. It's also in the calendar post in our team group, where you can find a Super Saturday near you. Everyone should go, because it's so amazing to be with other people. There's going to be an awesome corporate video. They'll talk about the new program that'll be launching. It'll be amazing. So you definitely want to go to Super Saturday. They happen 4 times a year. So every 3 months there's a new one. So that's why I don't have anything for next Saturday. All right, so the calendar is up. And if none of these times work for you, then you need to let me know, because there are things I can do. Like if I'm at soccer on a Wednesday night, I can definitely call you from soccer. It just wouldn't be a video chat, right? So I am flexible, and we can work around your schedule, but these are just the times that I block off. And so all you do is you click the link. It's in the weekly email. It's in the coach group on the calendar. You book your call, and that's that. And the other thing that I wanted to say is congratulations to all of the rock stars who joined Angie's Diamond or Best Year Ever group. I know it's intense. My best tip for people in a training group like that is do not like a post until you've read it. So once you've read the post, watched the video, done the homework, click like, make your comments, because then when you go back to the group, you'll be able to find the posts that you're missing, right? The things you haven't seen very easily because they're not liked. You haven't liked it yet. So that's my biggest tip for a group like that, just to stay on top of it. In a Facebook group, the posts do not stay in order, because whoever commented on it last is the one, it bumps that post up to the top. Okay, so the most recent comment bumps the post up. So they're not in order. Everything is in the group. All the videos are there. There is an album section. So when I was looking for the training from Ruth and Ashley, I actually had to click on the album to find the link to the training. Okay, so you will have to, like, if you're in that group. The other thing is, if you're in that group and you're commenting, make sure you tag me, just so that I know that, I know it's a lot of tags for me, but it helps me know that you've seen it. It helps me know if you might have questions. It might be something you want to talk about, right? And if I don't know that you're there, like, I didn't even know some of you guys were in the group, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, they're in the group. And so I added you to the chat quickly because we have the chat going. So yeah, so it's a great way to kick off the year. I really enjoyed Angie's like vision training, the long one that was an hour. And I really think it would be cool to try and find a time that we could all kind of sit down on a Zoom call with a glass of wine or whatever and do a vision board for ourselves. But that all starts with you guys doing the actual, like, brain dump of what do you want for your life? What do you see for your life? And it doesn't have to be, like she talked about it, it's not just business related. It's like, you know, that she shared how she found that house in Golden Oaks however long ago, and with Andre, and then sorry, just one sec, and put it on there, and now they're building it, right? So okay, so that's me, that's my rant for today. Let me close this. Why won't this close? There we go. Stop share. Is anyone now? 15 minutes. I did good. Margot, I know you have to leave soon-ish. But so do you have anything that you want?
Hang on, you're facing my door. I don't know how, but anyways, so take a look at the door.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm feeling good. I've been following along as best I can, and they haven't all signed on yet, but I've got 3 more customers coming on board, hopefully. And so hopefully that'll be Success Club 8. Hope if I can get to there over the course of this week. That's a little goal I'm giving myself. That's a good thing. Yeah. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to the Saturday, and I'm inviting people that are in my running group. I'm inviting people that are coaches. I'm inviting people that are customers. I'm inviting people that have not been in this because I just think it's a very worthwhile Saturday for people to spend, and it's short. It's only 9:30 to 12:30 or whatever. So it's very motivating. So I personally would recommend you try and invite 12 people and let them take a look at it for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, before you go, let's take a picture. Oh, somebody's wrote in the chat. Yeah, I will for sure. Okay, so everybody smile. Just so that when I do tag, Margot's actually in the picture because her running group is going early today because they want to watch the Canadian juniors win gold, right? Okay, so a couple of things about like questions that I've had about like following up with people, how to make the conversation feel natural, how to talk to, like, basically how to talk to a stranger. So what I always recommend doing is I recommend, like, when you're in the middle of the conversation, it has to feel really natural. So if you're not, and again, this takes time. It takes like practice. It takes trial and error. I used to have, I know I still have them, like a series of scripts that I would kind of copy and paste and tweak. So it definitely depends on situation now, because I don't feel like there is a standard conversation that you can just like copy paste, and people know it's a robot. People know that it's just to initiate a conversation, for sure. It's great. Like on Instagram, my basic message is, if I know their name, I always put their name, but I always say, call someone sunshine or beautiful, because that's just who I am and how I would speak to someone. If I don't know their name. If I do know their name, I put it in. And on Instagram, it says like, thanks so much for following my journey. I really appreciate the good vibes. Where are you from? Right? It's a great way to start a conversation. On Facebook, Facebook tells you where people are from. So I never say, where are you from? On Facebook, I say, how are you? Instead of where are you from? So that's how I usually get, especially this time of year, I would say, how are you? Did you set any goals for yourself for 2020? I would definitely talk about how I don't believe in resolutions. Let me just pull up an example here real quick. And then you kind of just keep going from there. So I had a coach having a conversation with someone, and it says, so to the person that she's talking to is saying, are you using a certain program when you're working out or dieting? My response to a question like that would be, I don't believe in dieting because they don't work. Any sort of nutrition plan that has you completely cut something out or super restrictive doesn't allow you to create new normals. And so I would talk very much from that point of view, because that's something that I've like spent a lot of time like learning about, and how our brain works, and why people, that go to Weight Watchers can go and have success and then stop and they put the weight back on, or go to a personal trainer and go to a personal trainer, and when they are at the personal trainer, they see success and then they fall back off. It's because there's no new normal for them. So my answer to a question like that would be, I don't believe in diets. I follow a nutrition plan that's very balanced. The actual containers is based on macros, right? So you'll see macros and micros written a lot when you look at like personal training sites, because they talk about like eating and following macros. And the science behind macros is really complex and really involved, and counting your macros is not easy to do. So Autumn has actually made it super simple for us to count our macros. So I would talk about how it's based on a balanced nutrition plan where we get to choose the food we enjoy. We just learn how much of it that our body needs, right? And then I would say that in terms of the fitness part, I would answer that question with something like, I follow a fitness program that is structured for me so that I don't have to guess at the gym anymore what to do. I literally just look at what equipment is needed, get it out, and push play, right? So, and then I would ask a question like, is that something that you're interested in learning more about? You can adjust it in terms of like coach or client. It doesn't have to be a question about just client or coaching, because if it's someone who you're talking to that already has like fitness in their life, or already has had some sort of transformation, or someone who has shared with you that, maybe they're struggling financially, they would like to commit, but they can't because they don't have the funds to do it. That's when I talk about how like we needed a change when we started 5 years ago. We needed a change. We needed something that was going to bring in extra money. We needed something that was going to hold us accountable to our wellness, but also give us an opportunity to make money when both of us were in like hell, I would say. Right. So it's sharing those things, because you're going to, what you'll often hear people talk about in trainings is that you need to find out what someone's pain point is. So what is it that, they are struggling with the most? Is it their nutrition? Is it that they feel lonely? Is it that they, struggle with like the hamster wheel cycle of, I do really well for a little while and then I fall off? Is it that they don't have time for fitness because they work like 12-hour days, right? You need to find out what that pain point is and then adjust your conversation based on that pain point, right? Because someone who I'm talking to right now on Instagram that's sharing with me about, they struggle so much with almost everything, right? Where they want to lose weight, but they can't afford to get a nutrition plan, going through divorce, blah, blah, blah. The first thing I'm saying to her is, okay, I have a great book that I can send your way. It helped me a lot. Would you be open to receiving it? The second thing I'm saying to her is I'm also running a free group on a mindset group on Facebook. And I'm inviting them to that. Like, it's really finding out from each person what that thing is that's in their way. Does that help?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I would say there, like, I know if you go into, let me see if I can find it. Because I know if you go into the Coach Hub, I do have conversation scripts in there. I just don't know how much I would use them anymore. Definitely if you're newer here, like, here's all my quick replies for Instagram. So in Instagram, when your account is set to a business account, you can actually put in quick replies where I literally just push a button and the whole message populates. So when I said about the, hey sunshine, where are you? Thanks for the follow on my page. It's like an actual message that I have set up in my Instagram. So I'll try and show you, but it's hard because, hey, give me a sec. Here, so if I go to this message, I'll see if, and now you guys are really small. Stop share. Right, if I go to this message with this girl, and because my account is set as a business account, I click on the plus at the far side, and then there's one of these little things that has 3 dots side by side. If I click on that, I have all of these messages saved in here that I literally just like click the message and the whole thing is right there. So I might change her name, but that's about it, and then hit send. So it's, you can do that, or you can use, Maxine taught me, you can use an app called Ditto. So I actually have like hashtags saved in my Ditto. I have new coach email saved in my Ditto, so that if I'm out and I don't have access to my computer, I have everything right there. It's like, Ditto is like Bitmoji. So you know how you can make those like picture emoji things of yourself on the Bitmoji app? That's what Ditto is like. So it's another keyboard that you have to add to your keyboard. And then you just have to spend some time. So I have all of those in here, right? So like, definitely go through this and look at the stuff that's there. You've got quick replies, you've got personal development ideas, you've got inviting scripts, and any of these like PDFs, you're more than welcome to use. I've updated them recently, so most of these ones are the ones that you would want to use instead of the older ones. And this stuff is in the other Coach Hub as well, the Empower Squad Coach Hub. So if you go in here and go into files, Christina has a ton of stuff in here that's all for you guys. Build your dream team, how to get someone started, understanding the compensation plan, free customer email. I put that in because when you are making Success Club, you get free customers every month. So any new customer I get, I send them an email. Here's the quick replies. Like, there's so much stuff in here. And if it's like a recipe book or not objections, but you're more than welcome to share that stuff with new clients or with people you're talking to. The more free things you provide with people, the more they're going to trust you, right? So you just don't overthink that. If you feel like that's something that would have helped you, share it. The number of free Audible books I send in a week, I probably send 100 in a week. to different people who have shared that, you know, they're struggling with something that like I have struggled with in the past, or they're struggling with like creating a routine in their life. Well, if they're struggling with creating a routine in their life, I'm going to send them the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. If they're struggling with like self-worth and doubt and things like that, it's that you are a badass, right? I send so many free books from Audible to people. And there are, I know in the Coach Hub here, there's also like books, personal development books, audio podcasts. Christina's got the list here. So have a look through, use what's there. You can always look at these quick replies, and then the one that I shared you about in the Free to Be New Coach Hub, was like templates or something like that. Inviting scripts. Like feel free to like go through it and just make it your, the biggest thing is make it your words. Don't try and talk like someone else. So it was funny because I took Kate Schultz, she did the National Wake Up Call on a few weeks ago anyway. And she has literally just like soared over the past few, year or so in this business. And I took her scripts one day and used them and like literally just copied and pasted. It didn't sound like me at all. It was horrible. Like I felt like almost sick in like, when your throat kind of gets, I was like, this is not how I would talk. I'm not going to put all these emojis in because I don't like it. I'm not going to do that with someone. I'm not going to go over the top with someone. I'm going to be more like subtle and then just kind of to the point because that's who I am, right? So that's how I would talk to someone. So I would definitely encourage you guys having a look through there to see what's there because there's a ton of resources for you. When you are getting new people started, so let me go back. So this free challenges with the Empower Squad is the group that I created that every month we're going to have a new free event in. So you invite as many people you want to into this group, to this event. If you want, I just did 2 massive call to actions yesterday and today in my stories about this. And I'll actually post one of them. Let me make myself a note. I'll post one of them in my one from yesterday in the chat. So you guys can literally just copy and paste. The other one is very specific to me, so it's not going to do you much good. But it's to get people into this group. So anyone who comes into this group, and I don't have anyone waiting right now, it would say like for example, if I go here, it says 6 people want to join. I see that because I'm admin in the group. You won't see it in the group until you're admin. When you start inviting people to this group, and it says, because there are questions, when someone asks to join the group, you literally just send them the link. It's up there, and it's also in the calendar of our Free to Be Coach Hub. All the links are in there, and I put that as an announcement, and I keep it at the top of that group so that it doesn't get bumped around, okay? You just send them the link. When they get the link to this group, it's going to say, what is your email address and which coach invited you to this group? So if I see a bunch of, Jasmine or Renato or Nancy, I just approved a bunch of hers, but I sent her a screenshot of the ladies that I added to the group. Over time, once we start seeing that more regularly, I will make you an admin in the group so you can add your own people, but you only ever add your own people because otherwise I don't know who is in the group that's mine and I need to follow up with my people. So I have a list of everyone in the group that is mine and I will follow up with them throughout the event and after the event. So I have 19 scheduled posts for this group. I told you I worked my ass off on this last night. So everything is ready to go. When you're an admin in the group, you can schedule posts ahead of time. So this is all what will happen Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll kind of wrap it up. And then I want them to share their goals on Sunday. Okay? So it's all ready to go. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in and do live videos in the morning to talk about the posts from the day before. Nothing major, but that's what I'm going to do. So this is for anyone. They do not have to be a client. This is someone you are making connections with. And every month we'll have a different theme. I'm guessing February will be something about self-love because February is Valentine's Day, right? So it'll be something about love, loving yourself, things like that. And we'll have a theme. And in February, I will ask some of you to help me run it because this shouldn't be just me running these free groups. Everyone needs to have practice on doing that. Once you have, say you have people in this group and you're talking to them and they're like, I totally need this in my life. I want to join you as a client. Once they have signed up as a client, whether they have Beachbody On Demand, whether they have a challenge pack, that's when you add them to the Health and Fit Club. So this needs to go away. No. So that's when you can either add them to the Health and Fit Club group here, right? Facebook.com group/Health and Fit Club. But these are people that actually have our program, okay? You don't invite them to this until they've actually signed up with you as their coach and have Beachbody On Demand. So then I can see who's in here and none of these are mine, so I don't. Nancy, is this Janine? She has is a client? A paid client? Okay, so then I will approve her. But I'm not going to approve Christina's or Jess's because I don't know for sure that, they're not mine. They're not connected to us at all, right? So this is the group for the whole Empower Squad. The other group that we have, and it's the one that I run, is the app, because I prefer the app. So this is the one, oh, go away. The My Challenge Tracker. So this is the one that I run, and if you want in this or you want your people in this, you should have all got an invite anyway to this group because, actually I don't know if Nancy would have got one because I don't even know if Margot's in here. Margot would have got an email invite to it. And then if you have people that would prefer to be in the app rather than in a Facebook group, you just send me their name and their email address and I send them an invite to it. So it's totally fine. But this is where people actually check in with their workouts, check in with their sweaty selfies, check in with, right? So it's the same as the Facebook group, but it's just done in an app. I prefer it because I will show you why. And I only have 5 minutes left. So participants. If I go to participants, I can see how many Shakeologies and workouts each person has logged. Whether or not they publish it to the group, all the information is there. Right? So if I'm looking at someone here and I'm like, oh my gosh, where's Darcy? I haven't seen Darcy in forever. You can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be messaging Darcy and be like, hey girl, are you okay? Maybe she's decided she just wants to use the Facebook group. Totally fine, but I need to make sure that she's all right, if that makes sense. So I can see all of those in there because I run the group. So that's where you send clients that actually have. Can I send you the link? Which new group? Hold on. Sure.
Tamara.
Yeah.
The challenge tracker. I don't have access to that, or would I?
I don't know because I invited from a previous group, and if you weren't in the previous one,
does it just get changed if I've got access to the old one?
No, I went through and selected people, and if you weren't in the other one, so just quickly text me the email address you want, and I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
The other thing I wanted to show you ladies real quick is, so this is our Free to Be New Coach Hangout. All of the links, everything, so that free group is here. The new info session, this isn't the one, that's the one that's units. So the one on January 13th, 14th, I will share after this call. The National Wake Up Call, where you can find it. The Tuesday, all of the links for the calls, like our Hangouts are here. To book the call with us on that Google Sheet spreadsheet, it's all there. So make sure like you're referencing, because even the link for this hangout, it was here. You know, Sundays, it's a regular link. So it's always there, just as a quick FYI. Okay, well, I've talked a lot. Anyone else have anything they need me to go over? It says I have 3 minutes left, and there's some new people on, so I need to take a new photo. Anybody else? You got me for 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh, yes, I have one.
Okay.
I found these quick, ready to download and post bar videos, like short clips on Beachbody thing. I'm trying to download it and do it like through the computer. I'm not exactly sure what the process is, how to do that. And is that something that would be useful to post in the stories?
Okay, so you're talking about like in your online office?
Yeah, in the Beachbody website under shareable tools.
Yeah.
Under bar, their IG stories.
Yep.
They're like really short.
Yeah.
Probably like 20.
They have them for most programs, and I would highly recommend using them.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're not just talking about is the Grow My Business section, and it's like the product tools and shareable media. And then you can go into programs. So for example, in the Bar Blend product toolkit, there will be like story videos that you can actually download. All right. So there's comparisons, there's all the videos will be here. Yeah, for sure. Use everything. You can use everything that's here. When the Vimeo link is gone, this is where you will get your copy link from. Okay. So yeah.
Yes. So for this one, I'm not quite, like, I downloaded it, but I'm just not quite sure, like on a laptop, how exactly to share it. I guess I'll figure it out. That's just like, I get stuck on these technical things.
You have to airdrop it to your phone.
Okay.
So I airdrop from my laptop to my phone.
Okay.
Okay. Jasmine, I'm not sure what you mean. I showed the Facebook group. So there's the free group and there's the paid group when they've actually signed up. So there's two, right? So you only add them to the Health and Fit Club group if, okay, cool. Cool. Okay, it's going to end any second here. So thanks, ladies. I hope that was helpful. It was great to hang out with you. And Sarah, I'm going to message you right after with a new link, okay? So that we can chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Have a great Sunday.
Bye, you too.
Bye.
Bye.